staying up so late? Kenji?
I'll get you some real tea in the morning. You know, I think I can squeeze a couple of cups out of this.
Don't bother. I don't want any. Do you want to tell me why you're making tea in my kitchen in the middle of the night?
It's all over, Daniel. Between Laura and I. We're through. Finito.
What?
It's been on the verge of happening for a long time now. But tonight, when she walked out, just as I was about to accept my award, well, that just tore that.
You're ending a 10-year marriage because your wife walked out before you got an award? That's ludicrous.
It's just symptomatic of everything that's been going on between Laura and I for a long time now.
And you attacking her about a shirt. What do you call that? I must be missing something here.
Daniel, bottom line is Laura isn't interested in being my wife anymore. All she's interested in is her damn studio of hers.
Studio?
Well, I guess I forgot to mention it to you, huh? Yeah, she's starting to take pictures again. She wants to open up a photography business. So she rented some space.
Great. What's the problem?
Are you serious? She's a doctor's wife. She's got obligations. Daniel, you know how important it is to socialize, to make sure the board members feel that we're their buddies or friends. For months, she's refused to entertain at the house or go to the hospital functions. I'm tired of making excuses for her.
Kenji, nothing you've said so far justifies walking out on a 10-year marriage.
I didn't walk out. When I got back from the dinner tonight, she was gone. She's staying at the studio.
Listen, Ken.
I don't want any sympathy, Daniel. I just want to be able to stay here for a while, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Thanks.
I must have some pajamas around and maybe a spare toothbrush.
Nah, it's okay. I got a bag packed. It's in the car.
Still in bad shape, isn't he?
It's worse than that. He's got an renal shutdown.
Which means dialysis if he doesn't come back. You know, one of the first things they teach you is do no harm. Boy, I sure got that down pat, didn't I?
I know how lousy you feel about this.
A lot of good that does.
Tony, listen. You were too aggressive, that's for sure. But the bottom line is 8 out of 10 doctors would have done exactly what you did. Maybe 9 out of 10. You had to be on the lookout for a stroke. A CAT scan was absolutely indicated if you suspected it, and you did suspect it.
Great. So a guy who comes in for a facelift winds up in intensive care because of me.
It's done, Tony. You can't undo it. Learn from it. Put it behind you and move on. Starting now.
Excuse me, sir?
Tiger?
No, Sam. I brought your pizza yesterday.
Sam? Sam? I never did know your real first name. Sam, huh? Tiger fits you better.
Well, listen, your house is just up the street, sir. Let me take you home.
Nonsense. Stop calling me sir. I'm your coach, not your Sunday school teacher. Ready for batting practice?
Well, wait a minute.
No time to monkey around. You'll never make it to the show with that hitch in your swing.
What show?
What are you going stupid on me, Tiger? The Majors. Miami Hawks. And the big leagues. Well, come on, step on it.
All right, okay.
It reminds me of the place you and Ken used to live when we were med students.
I knew you'd say that.
Well, I practically lived with you guys. Tuna casserole was the specialty of the house, as I recall.
And chipped beef on toast.
Laura, what the hell's going on? Why is Kenji living at my place and you living here? And how come I didn't know anything was going on? I mean, you guys are my best friends.
Our intentions were honorable. It's just when you came back to Hawaii, you were in such rotten shape. We didn't have the heart to tell you we were too.
It's been that long? Tell me.
Well, your doctor friend is a male chauvinist pig, and I'm a new woman.
That's not really an answer.
I'm sorry. I've always wanted to say that, and now seem like the ideal time. Daniel, for Ken, some days are better than others, but all of them are aces. He loves his work. He loves the recognition he gets, the attention, the people he meets, the honors. He's completely happy with his life.
And you feel left out?
If only. There was no way I could. I mean, I had a full-time job, too, and it was just as demanding as his. The catch is, my job was him. It took a while, but finally I realized I'm too old, too ambitious, and too smart to lead a life where I can get put down for not remembering to check the buttons on my husband's shirts. It's just too bleak a landscape for me, and Kenji doesn't understand it.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, I've even seen it in action. Like when the adoption fell through. But I just don't believe that you two can't change it.
It can't change because only one of us wants it to. The really lousy part is, I still love him. But Kenji doesn't get it. I've tried to explain and...
Then try again.
No more.
Hand me Connor's chart, will you? Any progress?
Oh, Tony, I feel so bad for you.
Thanks. Senator, how you feeling?
Wonderful, Mitch. Just wonderful. How'd you feel in my shoes?
Your vital signs are good.
And the kidneys?
We're doing everything we can. Senator Connor, this didn't have to happen to you.
What do you mean?
You have a condition called micturition syncope. It's not a serious condition. It's what causes you to black out sometimes after urinating. If I'd taken the time to really examine you, I wouldn't have been so quick to look for stroke.
And you wouldn't have ordered the CAT scan?
It was a judgment call. I just thought you ought to know the whole truth. And I apologize.
You're not watching the ball.
Sorry, Coach. Nervous about the scouts, I guess.
You gotta beat the butterflies. Bear down on it, son. Now you're swinging for the bleachers. They got plenty of big guys to hit those dingers for them. Just make contact, Tiger. Put the ball in play. No. Now, you're still juking that elbow. Here. You stand up here, right? You lock that elbow in tight. You stare down that pitcher as if you own him. Watch your ball.
Nice hit, Coach.
But they're not coming to see me.
Did you ever make it to the show?
Me? I did and I didn't. There you go, Tiger. It was May 3rd, 42. I got 2 notices that day. One from the senators. They said they liked my stuff. Second was from the president. Seems they need my services in Europe. Bullet in my leg, put my playing days behind me. Hey, swinging it. There you go, Tiger.
That's all the balls, Coach.
You know, truth of the matter is, I'm a lucky guy. I get more out of bringing boys along like you than I ever did from playing. You're ready for them. Just make me look good tonight, will you?
You got it, Coach.
I left the keys on the counter in the kitchen.
I take it that's the good news. You talked to Laura?
Yeah, we talked.
And?
And nothing, Daniel. Except that it seems to me if 2 people are good friends and one of them is in trouble, then it's inappropriate for the other to take sides in a very difficult and personal situation.
Well, first of all, 2 of you were in trouble. And second, what are you talking about?
Went back to the house today to get my mail. Laura was there packing. Oh, she couldn't wait to tell me about your lunch and your little talk together this afternoon. You know, I can think of a lot of people who'd love to take a shot at me. But it never occurred to me that you'd be one of them.
Back off, Ken. Laura wanted to talk to me. I wanted to talk to her.
But you're my friend.
You're both my friends. Well, sure, I see more of you, but...
But nothing. Look, pal, when you and Janine were having trouble, I didn't run over and take her out to lunch.
Well, of course not. You never even liked her.
Don't change the subject.
Kenji, I know what you're going through. I've been there. Now stop trying to hide what you feel behind all this nonsense and let me be your friend.
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's possible right now.
Doing okay, Coach?
Doing okay.
Dad! I was worried sick about you. Are you all right?
Who are you?
Rhonda. I can't leave the house for 5 minutes without you disappearing.
Just took a little batting practice. I'm sorry I got worried. But we had a really good time.
What in the hell do you think you were doing?
I didn't think it would hurt to play along with him.
But he's not playing. He's a sick old man who has to be looked after like a child. I don't know who you are, kid, but I don't want to see you around here again. Ever.
Who are you? Where are you taking me?
Hi.
Hi.
You look like a refugee from hell.
Actually, hell would be an improvement.
You been here all night?
Yeah, didn't do any good. Connor's still the same.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tony.
In the meantime, I'm breaking into a sweat every time I have to give a tetanus shot. I can't concentrate.
Why don't you take a couple of days off? You know, I mean, doesn't Brody owe you a shift?
You know, you hear about doctors hurting patients, right? I never thought I'd be one of those doctors.
You're not. You were just being thorough. I probably would have done the same thing.
Do me a big favor.
Well,
Don't try and make me feel better, okay?
Tony, there you are. Thought you'd like to know that the senator's kidneys are starting to respond. We're not out of the woods, but we're on our way. I could use a hand with him. Caitlin?
Maybe I should go.
Better not. You're off the hook, but you're still not way up there on his list of possibles for Surgeon General. Come on.
And if there are any movies you'd like to see, we can rent those for you. If you need a secretary, I can certainly arrange that.
At your expense, of course.
Of course.
And how long do I have to stay?
Your body's had a pretty rough time. I'd say 3 to 4 weeks.
And what about the original purpose of my visit?
The plastic surgery?
Yep.
You'll have to wait a few months for that.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, maybe they'll postpone the primary for me. Hello.
Senator, it's Harry. How are you?
Well, I've been better, Harry. What's up?
Listen, the press got wind of your hospital stay.
Damn it.
Reporters are swarming all over the place.
Well, how did they find out?
I don't know, but you know what this does to the campaign?
Look, you don't have to tell me what this does to us. Believe me, I know. My campaign manager informs me that the news of my little visit to your hospital is out.
Oh, Senator, I am sorry. I don't know how this could have happened.
I don't care how it happened. What it does is put an end to my campaign before it starts. Serves him right, they'll say. Tried to fool us with a facelift, and look what it got him. Dr. Metzger is completely responsible for this.
That's not true.
It is true, Doctor. He told me so himself. He shouldn't be allowed to practice. And I suggest you make sure he doesn't continue to. Because if you won't, rest